It's in the game, and the Springboks won 24 points to 13 against Ireland. It was a tough game, a difficult game to analyze, and a lot of things to discuss. It's difficult to say what the highlight of the game was. I think when you look at the scrums, you look what South Africa did against Ireland. A lot of people rated Ted Furlong as the best prop in the world. I think they proved today that it was not the case. I think South Africa dominated the scrums, and that's something they can truly be proud of. Another thing that we can really be proud of was the lineouts. We dominated in the lineouts. We stole a lot of their balls, and up until I think the 65th minute, we didn't lose any of our balls. So that's something we can really be proud of. There were a lot of yellow cards today, and I think that's going to be the point of contention. I think a lot of Irish fans are going to be unhappy. I think they're going to be unsatisfied with how that was regulated, and I can truly understand that. I don't think any of the yellow cards to Ireland were um, unjustified. I think all of them made sense. And I mean, if you look at some of the mistakes that they made, um, putting your hand through a rock while the scrum half is taking the ball out, I mean, that's an immediate yellow card. That's so stupid. One thing I do think that they can contest is the tackle of Sasha Feinberg. He made a tackle, and a lot of people in a lot of different situations would have said that was a yellow card minimum. He didn't. It's difficult to say if he used his arms or not. One of his arms, his left arm, was trying to wrap. His right arm wasn't at all. Um, and I think there's a lot to talk about that situation. I don't know if that was a right call, saying it's a penalty only. As a South African fan, obviously I would say that was deserved. It's just a penalty. As someone who is looking at the game objectively and looking at the other penalties and the other yellow cards that was given, I would say it was a bit inconsistent. Regarding the red cards, I think the ref actually did a really good job this week, not being too drastic where these yellow cards transformed into red cards. I think we did a good job, and he tried to manage the game to let it flow as much as possible. Unfortunately, there were a lot of infringements, so there were a lot of yellow cards, but not giving a permanent red card already made the game so much more attractive to anyone to watch. By the way, cheers to the Boca. Looking at the stats, I see that there was 52% possession to South Africa. In the scrums, both teams had 100% scrum success, but we both know South Africa had a different type of success that Ireland had. There were 150, 149 passes to Ireland versus 109 passes to South Africa. And there were 18 penalties conceded to Ireland versus 13 penalties to South Africa. I think that's a good estimation of how the game actually went. 127 tackles versus 156 for South Africa. Tackle completion rate, it's basically the same, 86% to Ireland to 89% to South Africa. So the game was really in the balance. I think the difference was the scrums, the difference was the yellow cards that were conceded, and actually the finishing of their moves. Let's just talk about the game. Let's talk about what actually this means to South Africa. We've lost 9 out of the last 14 games. It's been a tough ride against Ireland. I think those guys have been a thorn in our side. They have been our kryptonite. They've been the only team that has a positive success rate against us in the last 5 years. I think this means a lot not only to the team but to South Africa. There was a lot of talk coming to this game from the Irish, from South Africans. I think those are the two most passionate fans, South Africans and the Irish. And I think this game settled the score for the South Africans. They can be proud, but there's still a lot that they need to handle. I think there's going to be a lot discussed. There's going to be a lot of Irish that said this would have been the result if it went for the yellow cards, which I can understand. But I think to a lot of South Africans and to Rassi and to the team, this was a statement that said, we can take you on, we can take you on in your backyard, and we are the best team in the world at the moment. They can be really proud of themselves. They've had a phenomenal year. I think people look back at what happened at Ellis Park versus Australia, and they said we're declining. We're going in the negative, but we can see actually what happened since then. It's been such a wonderful year. We've got another game against Wales, which is going to be a bit of a bogey game. A lot of their players are going to be gone. A lot of our players are going to be gone. It's going to be like a B team versus a B team. I think taking away from this year after 15 games, there can be a hell of a lot we can be proud of. Um, the Africans did an amazing job overseas. We beat France with 14 players in France. And now I think this was the biggest game of the year. Obviously, New Zealand, all of those games are massive games. This was a score to settle. This was a point to make. And I think South Africa did it. I think Russ is going to walk away of this a proud man, proud of his, a man proud of his team, and someone who can look to the future and say, it doesn't matter where we take you on, it doesn't matter who you are, we can beat you. Regarding the New Zealand Wales game, I hope you guys had a look at it. It was a game that I wasn't expecting much of. I thought it's going to be a one-way team, a one-sided event, but it wasn't. It was a really good game. It was a game I think where Wales can take away that they showed a lot of heart. They are rated 12 or ranked 12 in the world against the second team in the world, and they stood their man up until the end. Yes, if you look at the score, you're going to say, yes, New Zealand dominated them. But if you looked at the game, it wasn't the case. I think those Welsh can take away that they really have a team that may not have the talent at the moment, but they've got the passion. And I think from that passion, you can build a phenomenal team. They can truly be proud of themselves. It was a great game to watch. And if you didn't watch it, I can recommend watching the highlights, or if you can, wherever you are, watch the full game. It was a really good game to watch, and it's a real great token to see those Welsh fans show up night in or day in day out to their team. Doesn't matter how they perform, they're always there. They're always filling up that stadium. It's really something to be proud of. If I was a Welsh supporter, even if I was a Welsh rugby player, I would be really proud of the fan base. They can be truly proud of themselves. Now I want to know from you. I want to hear what your guys' opinion is of this game, what's your opinion of this weekend, and what's your opinion of the performance of the Springboks over this whole year. Um, Personally, I think it was a wonderful year for us, and I think this is one of the strongest years we've had in a very long time. Let me know what you guys think. I'm a proud Springbok, and I'm proud to host this channel. And if you guys are interested in things like this, interested in the Springboks, give me a like, give me a follow, and I'll see you in the next one.